Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to join you today. My name is José Cil, and I have the privilege and honor to be the CEO of Restaurant Brands International, which is an amazing restaurant company that has beloved and iconic brands: Burger King, Popeyes, Tim Hortons, and most recently, Firehouse Subs. A big thank you to University of Pennsylvania for having me. I look forward to joining the Global Changemakers Summit panel discussion next month. I am a proud alumni of the University of Pennsylvania. I went to law school there, and I always look forward to the opportunity to speak to current students on important topics such as sustainability, especially when I also get to talk about our incredible brands and the great work that our brands and our teams are doing all around the world. At Restaurant Brands International, we talk about building the most loved restaurant brands in the world, but to do that, we need to never lose sight of our key focus area, which is our guests. We ask ourselves every day, how do we put the customer at the center of everything we do, and how do we go above and beyond in creating exceptional guest experiences that keep our customers coming back to our restaurants, to our brands, time and time again. Everything we do from marketing to finance to development to digital and technology to product innovation, everything we do must start with the guest at the foremost of what we're thinking about. And we need to be guest led. And that's one of the main priorities and shifts that we've made as an organization over the last several years. Now, as everyone knows, the world has changed, especially in the last few years. And we also know that our guests are changing. Their habits have changed. Their tastes have changed. They have much more access to information available online about products and quality and health and sustainability. Digital and tech capabilities have changed dramatically, and we've seen that have an important impact on our business, the speed at which we interact with our guests. And one of the things that's been critical for us is also changing alongside with our customers, listening, responding, and importantly, leading the change that's taking place. In one area that we've responded quite well, and I think we're taking steps forward to become leaders is in the area of providing more options, more sustainable options to our guests when it comes to our menus. And so as we look at for a few minutes, I'd like to talk about this. One particular area that's exciting about the work we've done is our plant-based offerings at Burger King in the U.S. Many of you probably know this, but in the U.S., our Burger King business led the change in the space, in the restaurant space. Back in 2019, in August of 2019, we launched and introduced around the country in all of our restaurants the Impossible Whopper. If you haven't had one, you need to try it. It's delicious, and it's remained an important part of our menu in the U.S. for Burger King ever since. And in Europe, plant-based has been a key driver of the growth that we've seen there for the last 24 months. We share updates because we're a public company. We share updates every quarter on our progress in the business, and we've highlighted some of the incredible results that we've seen in Europe, and a lot of that has been driven by the evolution of our menu, including plant-based. And in some countries like France and Spain and Italy, Germany as well, and the UK, sales of plant-based products now account for 10 to 15% incidence, which is quite strong. Sales incidence is a reflection of the number of products you sell relative to the number of transactions that you have in the business. And we're seeing that it's helping drive positive sentiment in key brand metrics, especially with our younger guests. And we're still in the early days, but we're really excited. And I wanted to take a deeper look into the successful implementation of plant-based, especially this platform of plant-based, especially in Europe. So today, as you can see from this slide, Burger King's a global plant-based leader in the restaurant industry. In fact, we're offering plant-based products in almost 70 countries around the world, which is nearly 75% of our. Actually, we're about 110 countries and territories, so about 65% of our business. We've obtained leadership in this category, but it hasn't happened by chance. It came through a very deep understanding of the consumer, spending quite a bit of time understanding consumer preferences and likes and dislikes and trends and how they're thinking about product innovation and having variety and choices, and things we did by building a strong plan around those insights. We identified the opportunity. We were persistent and disciplined and stuck to it despite having a slow start a few years ago. And then we've been able to make progress and have rolled it out into to nearly 70 countries around the world. And we're committed to it. Our franchisees are committed to it. Our teams are committed to it. And it's something that we're going to continue to focus on to drive growth. If you go to the next slide, I can assure you that the path hasn't always been easy. And I think when you're starting a new business line, a new platform, you need to have the confidence that you've done the right work. You've really understood the consumer needs, states, and what's driving the trends in this direction. But you also have to have the commitment to put the resources behind it and be able to drive the business forward. It doesn't happen overnight. And we started slowly with just about 2% of our transactions back in 2019 when we launched it in Europe. About 2% of our transactions were plant-based, but we saw that it was highly incremental, meaning that it was sorry, there's a little bit of noise there. When it's highly incremental, it means that even though there was a small number of transactions, it was highly impactful, and the visits that were coming in were new visits, new customers coming in to try the product. And so we were very excited about that, but we understood we didn't do a great job of launching it, and we made mistakes that we could address quickly, but we learned quite a bit from the challenges and mistakes that we made. For example, we made mistakes in how we named the product early on. We called it the Rebel Whopper. We had the wrong visuals. We had the wrong color scheme in our merchandising, and we spent more time thinking about how to relaunch the product with the right positioning and the right communication, the right naming, etc. And that's how we learn. And I think it's important as you lead businesses and you work in teams, and all of you will be many of you are students are going to be moving on to the professional world. It's okay to make mistakes, right? I think it's at times you're going to try something big and you're gonna make a mistake, or you're gonna fail, or you're gonna fall short of what you expected, but you need to learn from it. And also you shouldn't make the same mistakes twice. You should make new mistakes. And so our team learned quite a bit from this. And it's only when we started to fix some of these issues that I just mentioned that we started to see really exciting results. And it's not like the results were us jumping into a trend and then enjoying the ride. It was quite the opposite. We went into the research. We spent time talking to the guest needs and the insights behind the category, and we were able to take this platform from an early start, very modest at 2%, to transactions nearly 25% incidence in less than 3 years, and that growth was fully orchestrated with our marketing plan and operations and development teams. We worked on product innovation, so making the product better, and not only having it as an option for the Whopper, but we looked at it for chicken. We tried bold actions as well. We turned several restaurants in Europe into fully plant-based restaurants, meaning that the only products you can get in those Burger King restaurants were plant-based products. And we went all in with this platform, and we opened up the full portfolio to offer our guests the ultimate have it your way experience, which meant that you could have any product as a plant-based product. And so, as I said, we started with the Whopper. But shortly thereafter, about a year and change later, we were the first QSR brand to launch in Europe plant-based nuggets. But that wasn't enough. We wanted to create more awareness, more enthusiasm, more conversation. And so in June of 2021, we launched the first plant-based restaurant in the world, the first Burger King plant-based restaurant in the world, and we did it in multiple countries. And it was so successful. We saw increases in sales relative to when the restaurant was a full offering of plant-based and animal protein products. We had lines or queues for for days and days of people wanting to come in and try it, and it created great momentum with our franchisees, with our teams, with our marketing folks, with the consumer. In 2021, we launched the first across the European markets, the first plant-based long chicken sandwich. And then the big step we took was earlier this year in 2022, where we offered all beef products also available in plant-based. And the results have been super exciting, and they give us confidence that we're on the right path, that when you spend time understanding the consumer needs and you spend time thinking through how best to do this in a way that's sustainable and long term, that you can do something really meaningful that has an impact on the planet, it has an impact on health concerns that folks have, and it gives people options. It gives flexitarians options to enjoy great tasting Burger King products, also with plant-based proteins. So if you go to the next slide, I just wanted to summarize how the key ingredients to success here for this launch. First, you always have to put the guest at the center of everything you do. That's what we do. And so far in this context, we've conducted a lot of research to better understand our guest. And that's how we knew from the beginning the potential that this platform had, how significant it was. Lots of taste testing and lots of back and forth with the consumer to make sure we're understanding what they're interested in, their need states, and then that we're delivering something that's craveable and tasty, which is ultimately what you need to do in the restaurant space. Second, it was all about full commitment from our franchisees, from our teams, from our vendors. Everyone needs to come together to do something really meaningful and to change the direction in the business. Understand that, and remember that you're building a category, and you're leading the charge here. So some things there are going to be lots of uncharted waters that we need to navigate to make sure that we stay committed to it, and that we keep supporting each other and learning from each other, and moving the ball forward. And that's been a big part of the success. And then finally, you have to have a relentless passion for excellence, and in particular excellence in execution. I think there's a lot of as you all think about, or many of you think about the next steps you take, there's obviously an allure to strategy, right? What's the right idea to move forward? And I think ideas are critically important, and new ideas are critically important to move businesses forward and to modernize and be at the kind of the edge of where the consumer is. That said, a great idea with poor execution is really not anything but something that you can kind of, it's suitable for framing, and that's about it. So passion for excellence in execution is critical, and you know, we saw that in this example around product development and improvements, the experience for guests, how we communicated, how we merchandised, how we marketed, how we evolved the menu to make it more available in different products. So in all these things that I've talked about here related to the plant-based alternative, for me, the most exciting thing and the thing I'm most proud of is the work that the team has done to execute well and stay with it. I'm excited about our commitment to ESG at Restaurant Brands International. We have a platform called Restaurant Brands for Good, RB4G, to use a more modern acronym. It's available on our website at rbi.com. You can click the link and see updates that we provide on a regular basis. It's an evergreen platform to provide the progress we're making in our brands to do the right thing for our planet. We focus on food, planet, people, and communities. I'm excited about this platform of plant-based, how it's going to impact our business long term, and how we can meet the consumer at the point of transformation that they're going through right now. And I look forward to participating later in November with all of you at the forum. Thank you so much for having me, and look forward to speaking with all of you very soon.